After months of waiting, Studio Series 86 Swoop is finally in my hands, completing the G1 Dinobots crew that was started a mere 3 years ago. 3 years. But you clicked on this video to find out if the wait was justified. Well, let's hope I can at the very least help you answer some questions you may have. Design-wise, it's G1 Swoop through and through, but with a potentially wider chest. I have no idea about that one, it just looks wider, and added mechanical details to spice up the flat surfaces from the cartoon model. I particularly like the wing greebles, as the grey plastic use allows it to be easily seen. If you look at the back, just a heck of a lot of it. The back is also quite well done. All the hinges sort of look like mechanical greebles. I think that's cool. But speaking of blue, it's a contrast to the blue and red found on the front torso, where they seem to blend together, particularly the red. You can barely make out it sometimes. I think half of that is due to shadows. But I think another one is compared to the shiny gold pterodactyl head drawing your eyes' attention. It's unavoidable. Head sculpt is the stoic expression seen on the other teammates, except Grimlock for obvious reasons. He has a well-painted face with blue eyes that may or may not be a tad lifeless as a result of the stoic expression and his massive chin. Seriously, look at that thing. I do have a nitpick. On the crest, right over here, is what looks like a nub mark. But it also seems to contain some detailing. The best answer I have is that it's supposed to be crest detailing, but my copy didn't turn out right. Might fix it via sanding at some point because I do have sanding sticks. Color scheme as a whole though is the best of the bunch, personally speaking. Maybe it's because lots of blue is used, breaking the trend of the other Dinobots. And the colors on the legs are really well done. All painted very nicely, like all this gold, this red, black. Oh, very nice. He looks good. The missiles are separate accessories that can be removed to be used as guns. They also separate right over here to simulate the missiles being launched, as these were launchable missiles on the G1 toy. I think this is what this bit over here was supposed to be, the launcher. Neat, but gun portion feels like a last minute addition, even if it's G1 toy accurate. Besides, most would display him wielding his sword that he never used in the movie. In fact, none of the Dinobots used, well, their swords or their guns. And that's something else. Anyways, it contains some nice mechanical sculpt work, and this handlebar, I don't know what that's for. Just plug it in, and it doesn't look that bad. But you also get Grimlock's sword. I don't know why, but thank goodness. My only complaint for 86 Grimlock was his useless melee accessory taking the sword slot. You can now finally give the king the Excalibur, or whatever. I don't know what to say exactly, but finally. His articulation is interesting. Unlike the others, his elbow only bends a 90. And due to the beak, waist rotation is limited to this much because you'll hit the crotch, thigh, this part right over here. However, his knee bend has a larger range compared to his brethren, mostly due to transformation that feels natural, unlike Slug, who really was a transformation joint. This one feels like it could work as both. And what I think is the coolest part of this is it allows for a convincing rider kick. Of course I would put this reference. Why wouldn't I? Head can look down further due to transformation joint, as you can see, but it's really up to like this point where it starts being a bit unnatural, and this is just transformation. Everything else is standard with the rest of the Dinobots. Enough for great sword poses. Now, do note that the left chest detaches easier compared to the right. And I think I know why. It's because of this tab right over here. That tab exists at the bottom for the other side. And on this side, since it's at the bottom, the tab can actually latch itself into this part right over here. But this one can't. So because of this wedge right over here, it's a bit more difficult to pull it out. On this one, it's like no resistance at all. A bit of a design oversight, but it's not that bad. Engo also had a similar problem, as this is a design problem. However, what isn't is my copy's right elbow being weak compared to the left. Because if you notice over here, there's a bit of a gap, and a jet is flying overhead. Oh, that wasn't a jet. But anyways, there's a bit of a gap right over here. I mean, this wasn't pushed in all the way. Great. QC issues. Anyways, let's move on to the easy transformation. Oh, it was a jet. Well, National Day is coming after all. Anyways, back to the transformation. It's perhaps a little too easy. Given his design, I understand why it's simple and straightforward, but part of me wishes for something more, because I don't feel very satisfied with it. But that's just my opinion, and it can change at some point. Anyways, pterodactyl mode is very nice. More wing detailing is revealed, as well as two Autobot insignias here and here. Speaking of the wing, its wingspan is quite good. Allows for swooshing, which is always a plus for flying things. The robot legs become this bulky backpack for a pterodactyl, which is a phrase I would have never thought I would have said, and I forgot a transformation step. Anyway, there we go. Anyways, I think it's fine, and if it was thinner, the robot would have looked a bit rough. Like, just imagine how thin these legs would be. Not only would there be stability issues, the entire thing would have just looked so wrong. The arm wing assembly can move up slightly. Combine that with these hinges right over here, gives you some serviceable wing action. Like I said, serviceable. It's not like Kingdom Air Razor, but it's enough for something that's more mechanical than animal. Mouth can open, right over here, revealing what I think is a 3mm port. I don't think I have anything that could test it out, but hey, it's there. No head rotation, but downward movement is possible for the perch mode. All you do now is just flip these feet, and there you go. Not the best thing out there. It really just looks like robot mode Swoop, but just worse. It just looks weird. Is he on the same level as Grimlock? No. But the leader class price won't feel like a ripoff. You get dual swords if you don't have the king himself, a fun robot to fiddle and pose with, or do this. A daft alt mode that's fun to swoosh around. He can work standalone if he's your only Dinobot. In fact, all of them can work by themselves as toys. It's just that, apart from Grimlock, the rest are mostly known for being in a team with Grimlock. Anyways, that's all I have on him. I leave with this fan mode that I did because it was funny. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.